Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Linda and today we are working on a DIY papercraft project, a little bit of shabby chic art for you. And we'll be focusing mainly on product from Reneabouquets.com. So I'm using a 6x9 frame from Dollar Tree here, and we're going to look at some of the new release Blue Fern Studio papers that Renee has in her .com shop called Birdie Waltz. Gorgeous collection, collage type paper with floral and music notes and birds and butterflies, you know, kind of teal colors and pinks and greens, just gorgeous. I love the collage of this paper. Again, it's Blue Fern Studio called Birdie Waltz. And I'm going to end up only using one sheet from the collection, a sheet that doesn't have too much collage on it. I really want it to be not so bold because it's going to kind of be in the background. I don't want it to interfere with all the embellishments that are going on top. And I only need like one piece for this wood here, and then a piece for half of this frame on the left side, and then a piece for the back. You don't see me do the back, but I just cover the back up so that it's all nice and finished off. And I only want, just like I said, a half a sheet going on this left side of the frame. Off camera, I went ahead and sewed all my papers with my sewing machine. I sewed around the edges. I love to do this. I often do it. I can't not do it. It looks plain if I don't. And then I go around the edge with the open end of my scissor blades, and I scrape along the edge to further provide more texture. And again, if I don't do this, it doesn't look right to me. I'm so used to doing this and so used to adding this kind of texture to my projects when I do like these shabby chic kind of mixed media type things. I'm going to be using some oyster white Ceramcoat paint here. And what I want to do, my project is mainly going to be focused on the left side, but I need a little something to draw your eye to the right but not be bold. So I'm adding in some paint swooshes, and I kind of painted over the paper a little bit, although you don't even see that. And off camera, I decided, I kept looking at it and it needed something a little bit more, so I do the same thing with a light pink paint and kind of swish over the white a little bit. I'm going to be using Beacon Fabri-Tac glue today to glue all my flowers and papers and embellishments, of course. And once I'm laying this paper down, if you look to the right side of that frame, you'll be able to see a little bit of that pink showing up right there. I just thought it would give it a kind of a nice subtle look, but not be too plain. But still kind of draw your eye and know that that part of the board belongs with the design on the left part of the board. I'll be using a lot of cardboard in my project today, as I usually do when I'm designing for Reneabouquets and using all her product, because I like to level up all my pieces against her product because I layer pretty 3D and pretty tightly. And when using things like her beautiful board, laser cut chipboard that'll be coming up here in just a moment, it's the thickness of a nickel, and I use cardboard to help layer up my pieces. So here's what I'm talking about. The first piece, laser cut chipboard, it's a Sweetheart ATC set. You'll get 2 of these tags and 2 of the little hearts in the set. And I don't know if you can kind of tell just laying that wood piece on there how it kind of leaned downwards a little bit. So by adding some of the cardboard here, it helps bring that up nice and level. I think I end up having to do 2 pieces of cardboard. I'm going to bring in some beautiful board laser cut chipboard circuit elements. You get 2 sheets in the set when you order. I like to cut it up and kind of use it in the background. I love it for texture in the background. This is just a Prima Marketing resin frame from my supply. And whenever I say something comes from my supply, it just means it's not found at Reneabouquets.com. Maybe I only used 1 piece of cardboard there. I thought I used 2. I love the drips of that paper on the right side. I thought it went in really nicely with kind of the swooshes of the paint on the other right side of the board. You know, the drips of the color on the right side of the paper. I thought it went in with the really cool swishes of the paint on the right side of the board is what I kind of wanted to say there. Let's get my thoughts together. We're going ahead, go ahead and glue down this frame. And we're going to bring in another little metal frame. This is just for my supply. I wanted to bring a little bit of decor to the right side, but not a whole lot, just so it's really subtle. So this is Reneabouquets Beautiful Board Laser Cut Chipboard Chunky Chain Link Frames. They come in a set of 2, and I'll be using some embossing powder on this today. So what I'm going to do is just use this embossing ink. It's like a glue, basically a really wet glue. You dab it on, and then you take the embossing powder and you pour it on. Just kind of pour it on nice and thick because you'll tap off the excess. And then you always can save the rest, put it back in the bottle. This embossing powder goes a long way. And when you first pour it on, it's really powdery looking like this. And then what you want to do is take like a heat tool. You can take a hair dryer, but a heat tool is a little bit hotter, so it melts it faster, and it melts it like really all nice and smooth. It's really pretty when it's done. It's all melted looking. So we're going to add this on top of the resin frame. I'm just going to kind of mark where I'm going to be able to glue. This is a Reneabouquets Beautiful Board Laser Cut Chipboard Garden Party Garden Gate, and then this is my focal point today. This is a printed Beautiful Board Laser Cut Chipboard. She is Persephone, a beautiful little angel. She comes from the Romance and Roses line. She's in the small size, and she was kind of my muse for how my project came about today. And I wanted this project to appear as if Persephone was kind of strolling through the garden, which is why the gate is coming up here, you know, through the garden of flowers. So that's kind of my thought for the process of this project. I like to share that with you so you kind of know what I'm thinking about when I use elements, because all my elements go together for a reason. I like my elements to tell a story, so I like to share that with you. This is just a metal like timepiece from my supply I'm adding on here, just kind of like time spent in the garden, so that's why that came about. I just love this Persephone printed beautiful board angel. I love her colors, her sweetness, the flowers in her hair. She's just gorgeous little thing. These are printed beautiful board laser cut chipboard Tuck It In Cherry Blossoms. I love using these because I love the color of pink, and they come in pieces so that you can basically tuck them in anywhere you want. And I'm adding this to the right side, so again that there's just a little bit of decor on that right side. So these are Reneabouquets flowers. The tan one is a chiffon, pearl, and rhinestone flower in khaki, and then the other two are mini flowers, mini pink and ivory set and the mini pink sorbet set. The other flowers I show you are Prima Marketing Collection flowers. I'll have those links down for you in the description box, as well as links to all the other products I used today from Reneabouquets.com. So I'm just kind of adding all my flowers now, having to level some up on some cardboard, of course, because the space between the board and up to that garden gate is pretty tall. These are just resin flowers from my stash. I'm going to go ahead and add these in. And someone commented, you must have a large supply. Yes, I do. I have been crafting for many years now, and I have a room full of supplies. Just adding all my different flowers in here. I will be sharing with you sometime down the line. I have lost some footage, so we're going to go from when the video ends to seeing the complete project, but I'll explain to you what I've done. Okay, I accidentally deleted some footage right at the very end, but I was almost done with this project, so I apologize for that, but I will be able to show you what I completed off camera. Well, it wasn't off camera, it was on camera, but I'll be able to show you what was done. Almost done here, adding in some more flowers, finishing up our little garden of flowers here, using the Reneabouquets mulberry flowers. Tearing off some leaves off the back of the flowers. I do not like the green leaves that come on the mulberry flowers. I just always tear them off. But I do replace them. I bring in these Reneabouquets Beautiful Board laser cut chipboard. These are beautiful bits and they're skeleton leaves. So I just bring in a few leaves to tuck in amongst the flowers to replace the ones that I tear off. I just don't like the color of the green leaves. These are Reneabouquets Magical Miniature Butterflies. They are double-sided. They're called Lissy, so I'm going to add a butterfly up on the garden gate here. And then this is a Reneabouquets Metal Dream Key. They come in a set of 4. These are the silver ones. This is part of my title. My title will say Simply Dream, although you're not going to see me glue this Simply on because that's part of the lost footage. This is the last of my footage here. This is a metal number 5 and 2 to signify, you know, Simply Dream in a garden of flowers 52 weeks a year. So here's where I put the 5 and the 2 on. Okay, this is the rest of my title. It's just an acetate word from my supply, so there signifies the Simply Dream. And then what I came in left to do was I used my 3D matte gel, and I wanted to add my shimmery goodness. So here's some mini art stones from my supply. They're really tiny, lightweight, love them. And this is some Reneabouquets glitter glass in the pink. And this is Reneabouquets. This is glitter glass in 90 grit. It's called Gaudy Girl Fine German Glitter Glass. And what I do is just take my paintbrush, I dip it into that gel, and I pour on my glitter glass or my art stones, and I tap it, turn it over, tap it off, tap off the excess. And that's all I did off camera as I glued those numbers, the rest of the title, and I added all this shimmery, gorgeous glitter glass and the mini art stones. So I'll just kind of show that here for you where I added that. And then we'll look at the project as a whole. So I hope you enjoyed this project today. I again apologize that I lost the rest of that footage, but there really wasn't that much left. I'll have all the links down below to everything I used from Reneabouquets on this project, and I'll have the links to Reneabouquets, the Facebook, .com, the blog, the Facebook group page. You want to come join us there. I'll also have the links down below to my social media. Come follow me on all my sites, on Instagram, my blog, on Pinterest. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.